As you can see from the title of the video, it has been announced the all-women's pay-per-view for WWE, and it is called Evolution. I have so many problems with this, and it's not even... And before anybody says that I'm sexist, in no way, shape, or form is this going to be a semi-rant that is from a sexist point of view. It is solely from a booking point of view. Now, those of you who've been watching WWE for the past year, 2017, let's just say from last year's WrestleMania to this year's WrestleMania. So WrestleMania 33 to WrestleMania 34. The booking of the women has been either night and day or just utter garbage, utter dog shit. Now, they only focus on Alexa Bliss and now Ronda Rousey, and the other women are booked like garbage. Now, from a business standpoint, you'd say, well, you do that for your draws. Yes, you do, but other people can become draws too. As we know, Ronda Rousey is a media creation. That is what she was in UFC. She is proof that if you market somebody, they will get big, because she was not good in UFC when it comes, because we know that she was fed opponents. But that's a whole other rant in particular. So if you market your people, they will get big. If you're marketing Elias and he's getting cheered more and more per week, Elias is getting bigger by the week because you're marketing him. You have him put an album out, and then you have him put an album out, and he's potentially sponsored by Fender. So that's my point right there. If you put your marketing behind somebody, and if you put everything behind people, they will get big. Now, Sasha Banks is one of the best women's wrestlers they have on the roster right now, and there's rumors that she's not getting a push because of her backstage heat. Her prior backstage heat stemming from, I'm pretty sure, 2016 maybe. I think it was since she came on the main roster. She's had a little bit of backstage heat. The known heat with Alexa Bliss and things like that, saying Alexa Bliss isn't a real fan and all of this and things like that, and that she's injury prone, so whenever she wins the title, she never has it long. Her infamous 8-day reign, oh my god, that made me so sick to my stomach, and I hate seeing talent always overshadowed by people who aren't nearly as good. It really boggles my mind how WWE can do that, but again, it comes from the business standpoint where it's a business thing and not a personal thing, but then you factor in the heat, so then it kind of is personal. But that is why I think this pay-per-view, this all-women's pay-per-view, is a bad idea, because right now, who are your two women's champions right now? No, let's go with NXT. Let's go, who are your three women's champions right now? Shayna Baszler in NXT, Carmella on SmackDown, and Alexa Bliss on Raw. Now, what do all three of those women have in common? Their character work. Their character work is good. Alexa Bliss, I will give her credit. She has very good character work. Her in-ring work is garbage. And Carmella's the same, except Carmella, I can't even really say has good character work, because it's Alexa. It's the same character. Now, today is Tuesday, and I guarantee you we're going to hear Carmella's same sorry promo about, I beat Charlotte twice. I beat Asuka twice. It's the same promo. She's been saying this since she won the doggone title. It's starting to annoy me now. And they said that there's going to be 50 women at this pay-per-view, and it's going to span all through NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. So, are all three titles going to be defended that night? That would be the way to do it. I hope that's how they do it. But if that's the case, then the event's in October 28th, by the way, the Evolution pay-per-view that they call it. So it's going to be after the Australia Super Show. And I'm assuming now there's not even going to be a pay-per-view in October, because there's the Super Show, the Australia Super Show, and then there is the women's pay-per-view at the end of the month. So is there going to be 3? I doubt that, unless they're actually bringing back Halloween Havoc, which is rumored. Which would mean if Halloween falls on a Sunday, then they would have that on a Sunday, which would be pretty cool, I guess. Since the pay-per-views are on Sundays, and if Halloween just happened to fall on a Sunday, that would be pretty cool to have also. But yeah, so that's going to be, so that means in October there's going to be that. So if Becky does win, which I hope she does, if Carmella's still champion by then, I will not watch this pay-per-view. I said that on a comment in, I think it was either a Facebook post or the YouTube video where Stephanie announced it. I'm pretty sure it was the Facebook post. I said that I will refuse to watch this pay-per-view if Carmella's still champion, just because so many other women on SmackDown could have it. Literally any other woman on SmackDown could have that title other than Carmella, and it would be a better choice, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, if Carmella's still champion by then, I will not watch this pay-per-view unless Toni Storm, who else? Io Shirai's on there. Caitlyn's coming back. Unless there's other women that really engage, that really want me, that really, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word right now. If there's women that really make me want to watch this pay-per-view, then I just won't watch it, because in 1 year you killed Asuka. Not even a year, in a couple months you killed Asuka, and we could have had two Sasha Bailey matches by now. You could have had one at Royal Rumble and one at WrestleMania. WrestleMania, Sasha and Bailey didn't even get a singles match. Not against each other, but let alone against each other, but not even with other people. That beat right there, it just makes me just shake my head. And oh my god, the booking of the women, it is garbage. It is garbage, and that was what will make this pay-per-view be such a huge flop, unless this is sort of a stepping stone into, unless this announcement of the pay-per-view is a stepping stone into fixing the booking of the women. They have almost 4 months to do so. I believe that they could do it, because when WWE does put everything behind somebody, they do prevail. As Ronda Rousey, for example, she's the only woman being booked right. And it makes me mad, because they have so much talent and they only choose to do one when they could do at least 3. But yeah, that is mind-boggling to me that they would announce that so premature. They should have at least waited till next year, and then if they at least waited till next year to do this, they could have a whole year and then some to fix the booking of the women, and every 2 months or so, have them main event Raw and SmackDown in the same week. Have women main eventing Raw and SmackDown, and then NXT, that's kind of common. They main evented NXT last week with the triple threat match. Nikki Cross, Candice LeRae, and Kairi Sane, which was a hell of a match, but it's NXT, what do you expect? But yeah, they should have at least waited a year just booking-wise, because then they would have had call-ups. They would have had, they should have announced the women's tag belt instead, and then done the women's event next year, because then they could have had an established tag division by then. They could have had more talent by then, potential talent coming back, talent getting better. It would have been a much better choice for them to do it next year instead of this year, where the booking's been terrible. And like I had mentioned on a comment, that you are basing a pay-per-view around women whose storylines were therapy sessions. They were calling another woman old and saying that she doesn't belong here and that she should retire. and then next week you're her friend, and then with the whole Ronda Rousey thing, Nia Jax was facing her at Money in the Bank, and then I'm pretty sure it was the next night she was Natalia's friend. Like, you were... There's no continuity there, and WWE is notorious for thinking we have bad memories, because Nia Jax is almost the Big Show. She turns heel and face more times than you can count. She was a heel, and then she's a face, and then she's a heel, and then she's a face, and then I'm pretty sure she's still a face, but she'll be a heel by the time SummerSlam rolls around. But, yeah, the booking is god awful. And then like I said before, Mickie James was portrayed as this old woman who shouldn't be here competing with the rest of the women, and now she's Alexa Bliss's best friend, and she comes out every week. I swear they did this on purpose, because they're like, oh, we might have gotten a little bit of backlash of Mickie being called old, so now she's going to come out looking better than all the women every week, because she does now. She comes out with Alexa, and she looks like that hot mom that we all love to see getting picking up their kid at school. So, but yeah, when I heard this was announced, I just shook my head. Like, I know it's going to be garbage just again from the booking standpoint, and again, it's not for those of you who are saying that for people who shit on this pay-per-view are sexist, that's not true, because if they're coming from, I'm pretty sure they're coming from the same standpoint I am, where, again, it's just booking, because we know Sasha Banks can put on 5-star matches. We know Bayley can put on 5-star matches. We know that Charlotte can put on 5-star matches. Becky can put on 4-star matches. But that's solely because she's booked terribly and doesn't get any chances to wrestle. We know that Dana Brooke probably can improve. Her character work is getting better with Titus Worldwide. As much as I don't want to admit it, I'm pretty sure that Mandy Rose could get better with her character. Her character's kind of dumb right now. I don't really like it, but she would be a better champion than Alexa right now, or Carmella, because at least she's strong. At least she's lifting weights on Instagram and doing all this, and she was a fitness model before WWE, so she is strong. She can lift women up, unlike Alexa, and I feel that if she got her character work underway and she's a terrible wrestler right now. I don't care what anybody says, but she could get better. Her character work needs a little bit of improvement. Her in-ring work needs improvement, but it at least can improve because she can do moves. Alexa Bliss can't do many moves because she's this big. But yeah, that's my whole take on the women's event. That it's going to be a flop. It's going to be terrible. And I don't really know what else to say about it. If you guys have any comments to say about the women's pay-per-view known as Evolution, October 28th. Again, it's October 28th. The all women's pay-per-view. They market the hell out. They plug the hell out of that on Raw. My God, everybody. It's like they were like, okay, you have to say this. You have to mention the women's pay-per-view. And Vince looked pissed. By the way, if you guys saw that. If you guys watched Raw, or even the clips of it, Vince looks like he's dying inside. I thought the poor man was going to die in the ring. It was kind of funny to see. But yeah, if you guys have any comments on it whatsoever, if you skipped the video or jumped into the video at the end, this video addressed the all women's pay-per-view. The title will be in, the title of the video will be there, obviously. But yeah, what do you guys think about it? Leave your comments. I don't filter any comments out. You can leave whatever comments you like. I personally don't care. I do YouTube, or I want to do YouTube, so I signed up to be hated on and have comments in my comment section. So hit the like button if you guys liked it. Hit subscribe if you liked it also, because you guys already know we like to keep it all the way G. Peace.